Welcome back. I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Caden.
And we are Best of Kin.
Best of Kin.
Best of Kin. Just the best, even though the only times we see each other is once a week to record the pod.
It's becoming more sparse, it feels.
Yeah, totally. But I think it's because this is like the end season for every industry pretty much in Phoenix. So I think everyone's just busy, booked and busy.
That's a good point.
How are you feeling, Caden?
What coffee we got?
Oh. Today we have press.
We're back on our press.
I've got the espresso honey vanilla espresso shaker, and it's like my favorite thing to get. Do you want to try mine? It's how's yours?
Yeah, maybe I should add a shot. I don't know.
Like not enough coffee flavor.
Yeah. Yours too?
Yeah, a little bit. Mine's a little milky. Wasn't always this way.
Oh.
But like the flavor's good.
Yeah. Man. It's good aesthetic though over there.
Yeah. You go to like the office one.
They have like big sliding windows that just opens up the whole
pretty.
Like office space.
Yeah. So coffee out of 5. We don't need to go through like a rubric for this.
Just go.
It's just fine.
You go 5.
5 out of 5.
Oh, sorry. 30 out of 10.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, well, 3.
Okay, that's fair. Not a lot of life updates on my end. I have nothing to share.
Wow.
I've just been working. Logan's been working. Sienna is saying so many words though, like every single day. Oh my God. She'll just be like, spoon, spoon, spoon. And I'm like, wait, spoon. Correct. Yes. Like that is a spoon. How did you know that? And then she'll just be like, oh, the other day she literally like pointed to all of these like parts of it. She was like eyes, nose, chin, cheeks, like as she was pointing to them. And I'm like, correct. Like, oh my God, she is so smart.
I mean, yeah,
only 21 months.
Too.
But so smart. Saying more words than they like hope a 2-year-old says. And she's already saying like double. She's saying almost like 100 words.
So Miss Rachel.
Don't give Miss Rachel the credit. We do read. She loves books. Like she's all about the books. Yeah, she loves reading. But Miss Rachel is helpful for like when I'm making dinner, when I'm.
But most of the things she's saying is like.
But it's like phonics. It's like spelling. It's.
Well, also things she's like doing or experiencing, like eating and shit.
Totally. So Sienna's,
she's saying hi and stuff too.
Yes, and the other day I like showed her a picture, or even like during FaceTime. I FaceTimed Joe the other day, and she was like, Joe. So she's starting to like recognize people for their names, which is crazy, which is just so fun. It's so cute. I feel like she's even saying like KK.
All grown
up. When you come over. Like a little bit.
We'll see when she gets back.
We'll see what she says. Do you have any life updates?
I don't know. Everything just feels like a mesh of blub.
And is that just like you're tired and like work is work and you're like not fulfilled by any of these things?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then it's like back to, oh fuck, what am I going to do with my life? What is my purpose?
Sure. That's very existential.
Why am I doing this? For what? Towards what?
Or like, what is the greater goal? Yeah.
It's like just because I'm making good money to support myself doesn't mean jack shit.
Yeah. Well, that's like, that was the goal. That was the benchmark, was like just to be an independent, to support yourself, to like be on your own, like live in Phoenix. Like, well, that's the thing. Like now it's time for like the next goal. You just haven't set any yet, you know?
Well, because I don't know
Well, yeah, that's exactly. Because right.
I don't have any passions, it doesn't feel like.
Oh, Caden.
Other than like fitness.
Yeah. Which you don't necessarily want to have
I could
fitness
fulfill.
Could you see that for yourself? Like fitness becoming more and more of like a career?
Not even a career,
side?
But just like taking it serious for myself and then see where that leads.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you haven't been taking it seriously. I feel like that's your life.
Not when I get fucking belligerent and feral.
Belligerent and feral?
Yeah, it's like work all week, find the gym, go to workouts, and then eat like shit, drink excessive amounts of alcohol. Like last week, everyone's stupid.
Do you...
St. Patty's Day, dude.
Do you how long does it take for
Lately,
you
I
to
haven't had
regret it?
regrets,
Okay.
but it's just been like, that's the thing. I just feel like I'm in a limbo of just emotion. Like, I don't even care.
Okay.
But that's not good.
Right. You're almost like at the bottom of like the freak totem pole of like frequencies, which is like apathy
I
of
guess,
just like
yeah.
not even like caring anymore.
Yeah, not even
either way.
caring.
Yeah. But you usually pick yourself back up and you just need to get into the like healthy cycle.
Well, yeah.
Because once you do get into that, you are very dedicated. You do that. Like you are very consistent and determined and passionate about what you're doing.
It's really, it's like just go to, well, I can't really control the bed early,
Right.
but I can at least 4 times out of the week. But like any idea of doing anything after work,
right.
as far as being
Gone.
social, yeah, it's like I'm just shooting myself in the foot. For what?
Every
For
weekend.
what? Because it's fulfilling in the moment.
It's fulfilling all your social needs,
I
but
think
it's
I just
not
got a
fulfilling
problem
like
with instant
mental
gratification, you know?
Right. Totally. And like
Social.
and like the long game, like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like working for a long time towards a bigger thing that is intangible in the moment. It's like, well, I'm not. And that's the thing with like 20-year-olds, though. I think that's why 20-year-olds like do not have it figured out. You know what I mean? Like it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
In a sense.
You haven't, like by the time you're 30, I feel like then you're like, oh, okay, I need to like figure this out.
Why wait, you know?
And I mean, it's not about like waiting necessarily. I think it's just like, it's very common for 20 somethings to feel lost or like, where do I go? Or like not wanting to make the wrong choice and then spend their whole life working in the wrong path. You know what I mean? Like, I think people also are afraid to start because they're afraid of wasting time in the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But I mean, just I don't even know what to call it. It's not even like a cycle anymore. It's just
like it's not even like
I just feel
like on autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, I guess it's again, like I said, gratifying in the moment, but these relationships that I'm creating or these quick like highs of talking to people, meeting new people, guys or girls, in the end, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just another follow on a social media and then checking their stories.
It's aimlessly. But it's also like, don't you get that gratification like when you went to like the run club the other week and like,
yeah, exactly. No,
you're meeting people, like that's kind of fulfilling the social, but
genuine
it's healthier. Yeah. And it's like,
because that's the thing. There's no way,
habits.
Dude. For me, I don't think just because of how feral I get or all the time I go out, that I'm not going to meet someone that I want to genuinely be with, because that's not a good place to be.
Well, it's like, do you want, after you meet that person, for them to still want to go out every weekend? Like,
that's the thing too, though. I don't know if it's not about even finding someone now, because I think I still got to fucking fix myself.
Right. It's not about anyone else.
Ain't no girl's gonna be like, I'll save you.
Right. No one's, it's like that. No one's coming.
The habits will create with that person. That's another thing too. I'm just trying to think of like, I know I went on a couple dates, but like was just, I don't know, just that genuine connection is so lost. And then I go out and then it's always like getting drinks and then it just feels like a fabricated.
Right. Well, what if you tried like the next several dates, if you were to take on any, like no alcohol involved, like doing activities that you can't drink. Right. And then maybe having some sort of like rule of X amount of dates before taking them home, dude. So that there's actually like a genuine connection formed first.
Yeah, that could never happen. I'm abstinent forever.
Oh, okay.
Or celibate.
You are? Go be a monk. Maybe that's your purpose. No, it's, would you consider, do you think that one of your jobs is like interfering with like a healthy lifestyle that you would wish to pursue? Or do you feel like it just comes down to you like making excuses or maybe like saying it's your job, but you could take more control over certain things?
We're making excuses. I mean, the restaurant is only 3 days a week now.
Oh, right.
But that's still like getting home 11 or midnight, which is in hindsight, if I'm going straight to bed, waking up at 8 is not that bad.
Yeah.
And then getting like doing stuff. But the feralness, like I feel like I just got better from Sunday and Saturday. Like I was getting like 9 hours or almost 10 hours of sleep and still feeling exhausted.
Yeah.
And my face was just swollen. And I just felt.
And then it's like you low self-esteem.
But then it's also, yeah, it's like,
and then it's like
it's just this limbo of, it's not even like regret. It's just, yeah,
why?
Just like hitting a wall. Just, it gets you thinking. But it is simple changes, right? Like you feel better if you just be in the sun, lay out.
Right.
I think sleep.
Movement always helps.
It's kind of like withdrawals, right? Like withdrawals for partying. You're gonna finally get past like the feeling tired all the time and like feeling like shit until like one day it's like you're back on a sleeping schedule and you're feeling good. I just keep fucking.
You just keep going back into
delaying it. No, I
party.
keep pushing it away. Yeah, because then the Saturday comes.
Because you get invited
to
things.
But it's like I feel like I've trained my body and mind that when it's Saturday, it just knows like, oh,
we're going out tonight. Like that's where you get the most antsy. Maybe is when Saturday rolls around and like you don't have plans
all
yet.
Week, you're like, I'm staying in this weekend.
So Saturday is where everything falls apart. And do you always get invites on Saturdays?
Sometimes now it's Thursday because I work at Lifetime and then I'm off at 6 and then I can go play pool at Woody's, which turns into why am I somewhere at 4 a.m.?
Oh my God. You were out till 4 a.m. last night?
That was last week.
Whoa. Oh.
Remember?
Yes.
I ended up at someone's house.
Yes. I didn't know it was till like 4 a.m.
And then it's also, what am I doing? Why?
Yeah. Like,
why would I want to feel stupid?
Like
brain dead. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever felt like this or how recent the last time you've ever felt like this.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's hard. That's another thing to imagine is you haven't felt like this in a long time just because you fucking treat yourself right.
But it's like that. Well, it's definitely by choice. It's like
exactly
because I've gone through periods where I just am like slamming the bottles of Prosecco, having Aperol spritzes up the ass. Like I would have a spritz. Yeah, but it's just like so unnecessary, especially at home when I'm not even being social. You know what I mean? Like there was just. But then I was like quickly gaining weight, and I felt puffy, and then I felt bad about myself, and then I was feeling like my stomach was always hurting, and you know what I mean. And then it's like you just don't feel good. It feels so good to feel good that once you get over that hump, you won't want to go back. I haven't had fast food in almost an entire year now because McDonald's gave me food poisoning for my daughter's first birthday last June, and I haven't had it since.
Not me.
And it feels so.
Burrito last night.
I don't judge you. Is the thing. It just feels so good to feel. So good when you wake up and it's like my stomach doesn't hurt. I don't have a headache. Like I'm hydrated. I'm well slept. Like.
It's also, I mean, I just had 2 people that would come to the pool all the time and get like 3 margs and everything. But I remember they came in yesterday and I was like, oh, spicy watermelon. And they're like, oh, no, we're actually sober. And I realized like one of them lost so much fucking weight. It looks so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that will forever be my, not my kryptonite, but.
Your cross to bear.
Yeah, the obstacle for me to get over of just finding true like discipline.
And part of that is being okay with missing out on social experiences.
Yeah. But because I've ingrained myself so deep in these relationships where everyone knows I'm a good time. And it's not only that I can't even say no, it's like this.
You're almost the mascot of the party.
Here we go.
So it's like you don't want to go, to the game without the mascot cheering everybody on, keeping everybody's energy up. You're literally you're like, come on, everyone. Like
I thought about someone told me the other day that which just falls back at like 4 episodes ago, that when you are so considerate about people, like you're constantly like, let's say you're on a flight, right, sitting and you're just like letting people know, or like looking at if they're getting their luggage, like are they ready? Like I'm trying to go fast, like you want to be considerate of the person behind you.
Yeah,
that's like not. That's just you being anxious.
Right. That's just you thinking.
Like, over consideration is anxiety.
Sure.
And I'm like, that kind of makes sense.
Oh, okay. So you are considering other people's feelings so much that it's like
That if I
creating your
don't,
own anxieties.
yeah, if I don't like fulfill them,
their needs,
which
you don't want to be not liked.
which is so dumb because
you also don't care about what people think
that's
about you.
also
A
impossible.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
So you are
I don't.
okay. That's interesting. You're catering. You're like a people pleaser then.
I mean, yeah, that's always.
Wow.
I thought that was established. No.
I know. I just never thought about it like quite like that.
Yeah.
People pleasing tendencies that give you anxiety, and that's why.
And no one's gonna solve it. No book's gonna help.
And you also like. It's not like your friends are going to be like, oh, no, we don't invite Caden out now because he doesn't want, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to not be invited or tell
it's
them
that
like,
weird balance of trying to
me.
not go cold turkey, but then finding the balance of
not being excluded.
Yeah, but what would be being excluded look like? Like, what would the hermit look like? How would that,
I mean,
what was the result, the output of that?
I think the more that you say no to things, the less that you get invited to things.
Yeah.
So it's like up to you to start saying no more. Which is
crazy because there's so many people that would like love that to happen.
Yeah,
like, they never get invited anywhere or
me. No, I like getting invited every
but
so
I'm
often.
so lucky
things, but...
and because I literally can have plans Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah. But that's
without reaching out to anyone.
You know that about yourself. So it's like you already know that you could. It's not like I have to go try to prove that I like have friends or prove that I am social.
Another
it's like,
thing
what are you trying to prove?
Is like clubs and bars have been in my life for 26 years, and I've been without them for 21.
Like
I had 21 years of my life where I didn't do that.
Right, exactly. And you were just as social, just as active. Like
I've only been in the quote unquote scene for 5 years.
Right.
Of my entire life. I act like it's been my whole life.
And it like to an extent, like your life revolves around it.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's not that it's bad, but I think it's probably how I treat it.
Think about all of the better things you could either be doing or spending your money on or like putting your money towards.
Yeah, there's so much.
It's like the money, it's the mental, emotional, physical health. Alcohol is so bad. I'm not going to be preachy because obviously, like, I drink, but I had a margarita at lunch yesterday. It had been a while though. Oh my God, it was incredible.
What a weird poll,
I mean,
like, just have 2 drinks. It's like, bro, I'm fucking.
Well, here you go out without any like rules for yourself. You don't have any rules.
I hate limitations. I think.
Right,
yeah.
right. Because you're like, I want to see how the vibes are when I'm there. And if it's going good, maybe they want to go to a second location. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm stopping after 2 drinks and then I don't get invited to the second location. Like, you're already thinking about all those things, though. That's like so preemptive.
It's low key, what a power move to just like say bye before midnight or something.
I think that's so cool. I think like, oh, that person has a life.
Again, broken record, but.
It's okay. That's what like life is for, to like figure it out.
I was born by the
and it's like nobody gets it all figured out even by 30 to where then what the rest of your life you're just coasting with it all figured out.
But I need to figure it out because I want a fulfilling life and a fulfilling relationship, and that's not going to happen until I figure it out.
It's true. And that starts with saying no to things.
Yeah.
And personal boundaries.
It doesn't matter if I have Hinge, if I don't, if I have social media. It's not even about that.
Right.
It's just about me now,
right.
Becoming a better person.
Right. Right. Because you thought like maybe if I delete all
why
socials,
would anyone want? Because I would want. That's the thing. I don't think I'd eventually want to be doing what I'm doing with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
That just becomes toxic. I've done that before.
Yeah. So you're like, I wouldn't even date me right now.
Well, I try and think about it too. Like, I know it sounds so bad, but God, I don't know if I want to say it.
Go ahead.
No, like the amount of non-sober fun I've had with girls.
Is that the majority?
That's what I was thinking the other day. I was like, dude, what a fucking shame.
That is a shame.
Like, I can't remember
the last time that you were sober.
I mean, maybe. No. Wait. Yeah, I don't know.
And maybe if you weren't drunk, that it wouldn't have ended like that with so
No, it
many of the
wouldn't have.
girls.
It wouldn't
You know,
have.
that's the
It
thing.
wouldn't
It's
have.
like,
It wouldn't
that's the
have.
thing.
So
Okay.
that's another problem too. Yeah.
Right.
Which then just like
That's what I'm saying. It's like
it
feeding
takes
into
away.
everything.
Yeah, it's like it's the devil.
It's like a leech. It's like leeching all of like the
And then
good out of your life.
Then it like I just feel more like degraded and devalued,
Right,
and
right,
like feel
right.
like I'm a piece of shit, and like
Oh my God.
chivalry's dead, and I'm a fucking yeah.
Wow.
It's a spiral.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like that, obviously. But
No, I know.
everyone
But you
becomes
get into
a little
these like
weird when they're
phases.
not themselves
Totally.
via influence.
Yeah. You're not in your true self. But I mean, for me, like I got to a point where I was like, I need to just like have rules for myself. So I started even at like work events. Like I would sometimes even at like networking events work things doing like 3 drinks, and it's just like one too many when you're like trying to not just like have a good time.
Mhm.
Like when there's like more to it. Like so I have like a 2 drink max at stuff like that now. And if you just had like, I know you said you don't like limitations, but maybe that is your lesson to learn in this life, is to like set boundaries and then like have the discipline to stick to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it won't be such a heavy thing of deciding like, oh, because you'll even call me sometimes like, do I stick to what I want to do and not go out, or do I go out because it looks like so much fun?
To give me
Tell you the answer.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the good answer.
But then I'll tell you the answer and you'll be like,
give it
that doesn't
validity.
resonate. I'm going to go. No, not all the time. But it's like you're overthinking so much of like, what's the right thing to do? Like, what do you want to do? But it's like in the moment you
but
want
there
to
is
go
a right
out.
thing. Yeah, because it's the
But it's
that
being in control when
the
you're out.
unknown of like
The good time that
yeah.
What if I see A-Rod or some shit? You know, it's like
Back to have you seen
So
that
random, I thought of
J-Lo
that.
fucking when she's fixing her hair? People are
in
giving
the
her
Bronx. People are
Which
like,
block?
what block did you
Which
grow
block?
up on? Seriously?
What block?
And then there was another interview. It was like a Vogue interview, like 72
Running down
questions
the
with
block.
J-Lo. And they were like, what do you get at the bodega? She's like, at the bodega, I get the chips. Like she's never been to a bodega in her life.
Yeah. I've only seen a few like snippets, but
Yeah.
obviously that was meme one. And like that just shows like wow, that whole movie is probably cock like
Yeah.
we talked about.
Totally. Oh, well, the thing is, she launched that movie alongside like a documentary of her. So it was like
Yeah.
the movie, the documentary, like Ben Affleck being like,
Make no
don't do
sense.
this. Okay, so I think that's good for a little life update. We'll put a pin on that. We'll see where we're at in a little bit. We've got
'Cause
some.
you know your true self, but like, do you know your true self?
Well, you only know your true self
raw-
when
the
you
raw,
start saying no
unfiltered-
to things.
Not unfiltered.
I feel like you discovering who you are, I feel like I heard this somewhere. It's less about like adding the right things to your life and taking out the wrong things from your life. Because you at your core are already who you are. You're just covered in shit of all this other shit.
It's fair.
So it's more of like removing.
Yeah, I'm trying to I have yet to find a day because I keep doing shit where I'm just either hungover shit
Yeah.
or laid in bed or doing something else. Yeah, I want a massive like declutter, which isn't like the fucking spring solstice.
Yeah, it just happened. We're officially in the astrological new year in
Spring
Aries
is
season.
springing.
I love Aries season.
I mean, have
A
you
lot
been
of my good
outside yet
friends are
today?
Aries. Yes, we've been outside.
It is the weather we've been talking about.
This is the weather that we dream of.
since, our first episode.
And next weekend is Easter, which is crazy because it feels like that should not be
What?
already happening.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
you know.
Oh God.
Time is just an illusion.
That's another thing too. It's like I'm already getting like, ugh, Lord.
Well, here's the thing: you only have a couple more months of this like amazing weather, and then it's like back to the shit.
But that's the thing. Amazing weather brings
Events and drinking.
pools.
March Madness. Speaking of
nice
which,
segue. All right, we are going to do a quick bracket pick. Obviously, when this episode comes out, I think we will already be in the Sweet 16.
Oh wow!
Sweet 16 is
Tuesday?
March 28th. To my calculations.
Looking
So
at the
this will come out
calendar.
right before. So
No,
the Sweet
after.
16.
Yeah, this will come out 2 days before that. So we should have some.
I mean, if I stop being a belligerent fuck, we can actually do audio
know.
and shit. And
It's cool.
That's the thing. That could have easily
I know.
worked. But your boy
Caden was
has made-
busy, booked and busy. That's the thing. Where are your priorities?
exactly.
You know,
I'm for nothing.
like what?
I know this should be my priority, and I'm not.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's
You
okay.
too, bitch, with my clips. No, I'm
No,
joking.
but the hard thing is the easiest day for me to edit clips is like Monday.
No, it's fine.
Tuesday.
I mean, I know
Came
you're
out late
busy.
on a Tuesday. Came out, you know.
Yeah.
So sorry for late episode. I mean, I don't really think anyone's like,
I know. What
where's
the
my
hell?
epi?
That's my best.
Most people don't listen to it like the day up. People listen to it like as
Yeah.
the week goes. So it is what it is. Let's do these March Madness picks. I don't know anything about
Jocelyn's
anything.
bracket.
Like we said, I was rooting for the Suns last time. So
I don't have mascots, but you're gonna get two names:
okay,
Yukon Stetson,
UConn,
Florida Atlantic Northwestern,
Northwestern,
San Diego State or UAB.
San Diego State,
That song that's actually playing as we speak. That
Okay.
game. Auburn or Yale,
Auburn. I don't know why.
but BYU or Duquesne.
Let's go BYU. Mormons.
Illinois or Morehead State. So Morehead.
That's good. Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
Morehead State.
Let's go Moorhead because I can't even remember now the other one.
Illinois.
Let's go Moorhead.
Washington State. Drake.
Washington State. Drake sounds not like a school.
Iowa State. Dakota State. South Dakota State.
Let's go Iowa.
North Carolina. Wagner.
Wagner. I feel like they went far at
Mississippi
one time.
State. Michigan State.
Like 10 years ago when I watched Wagner went far. So
Mississippi State. Michigan State.
Michigan. I feel like I'm going to regret most of
St.
these.
Mary's. Grand Canyon. GCU.
St. Mary's.
Okay. Alabama or Charleston.
Charleston. These are like literally me picking the places I'd rather go.
Clemson or New Mexico. Whichever feels
Clemson.
good. Okay. Baylor, Colgate.
Baylor.
Dayton or Nevada.
Nevada.
Arizona or Long Beach State.
Arizona.
Good answer. All right, now go to the other side.
Oh my God. That was only half?
It's a massive
Holy
tournament.
shit.
I know, but
How have I done
it
so
gets-
far?
I'll let you know.
Bad.
Honestly, no.
Okay.
You've actually done pretty good. Houston or Longwood.
Houston. I need to sit up.
Nebraska, Texas A&M.
Texas. That's where Haley went.
Not A&M.
Uh-huh.
No, she's from
Oh.
Texas Longhorns. Wisconsin, James Madison.
Wisconsin.
Duke or Vermont.
Duke.
Texas Tech or NC State.
Texas.
Kentucky or Oakland.
Oakland.
Florida or Colorado.
Colorado.
Marquette or Western Kentucky.
What was the first one?
Marquette.
Let's do that one.
All right. Purdue or Grambling State.
Purdue.
Utah State or TCU.
Utah. Mormons.
My God. Gonzaga or McNeese.
First one.
Okay. Kansas or Samford.
Samford.
Kansas or Samford.
Go Kansas.
South Carolina or Oregon.
Oregon.
Creighton or Akron.
Creighton.
Texas or Colorado State.
Texas.
Tennessee or St. Peter's.
Tennessee.
All right. We're on to the second round. Yukon or Northwestern.
Northwestern.
San Diego State or Auburn.
Auburn.
BYU or Moorhead?
Moorhead. That's a terrible take.
Washington State or Iowa State?
Washington. Wow. This is in depth. I didn't realize there were so many teams.
Wagner or Michigan State?
Oh, we're going like this, huh? Wow, the odds of me getting any of these right are just so low. Okay.
That's why
Washington, Michigan. Let's go.
No, Wagner or Michigan State?
Michigan.
Alrighty. St. Mary's or Charleston?
St. Mary's. Starting to regret some of these.
Clemson or Baylor?
Clemson.
Nevada or Arizona?
Arizona, I have to. I think I'm going to make us win this whole thing.
Houston or Texas A&M?
Houston. That feels...
Wisconsin or Duke?
Duke.
Texas Tech or Oakland?
Texas.
Colorado or Marquette?
Colorado.
Purdue or Utah State?
Purdue. Purdue.
Gonzaga or Kansas?
Gonzaga.
Oregon or Creighton?
Crate and Barrel.
Creighton?
Yeah.
Sure. It's too late. Texas or Tennessee?
Texas. I don't fucking know anymore, guys.
All right, we are in the Sweet 16, baby. It's going down. Northwestern or Auburn?
Wow, this is okay. That's a lot. It's a package.
Okay.
Northwestern.
All right. Moorhead or Washington State?
Washington State.
Michigan State or St. Mary's?
Michigan State.
I have Clemson
zero
or Arizona?
confidence, by the way. Arizona. Half of these.
Houston or Duke?
Houston.
Texas Tech or Colorado?
Colorado.
Purdue or Gonzaga?
I don't know, Caden. Purdue.
Creighton or Texas?
Texas.
All right. Elite Eight. Northwestern, Washington State.
Washington.
Michigan State, Arizona.
Arizona.
Houston or Colorado?
Houston.
Purdue or Texas?
Texas.
The Final Four.
I can't. I feel like these are
some of those
terrible.
are decent.
Okay.
If you should have kept saying. I mean, two of these is possible.
Okay.
Two of these. Okay. So Washington State or Arizona?
Arizona, because I have to.
Houston or Texas?
Houston.
The national championship on April 8th in Phoenix, Arizona.
No way.
Yeah,
wait, I think I knew that.
The Final Four is
okay,
here.
Arizona.
Arizona or
Has to win
Houston?
it. Has to.
Arizona. What is the final score?
Is it typically high scoring?
I would say like it's either going to be like either in the 80s.
Okay, I was going to say
60s.
78 to 80 and 84.
Oh, that's kind of good. All right, let's do it. 84 to 78.
Yeah.
Boom, done. So Houston is a 1 seed, so that's a very possible outcome. Purdue is also a 1 seed, so you got really close to that. Your only bad one was probably your Moorhead State run. That was
I know
they lost in the
because
first round.
It's like I recognized that one, so like it kept popping in my head. So
we can say what you kind of got right already.
Yeah.
Real quick. So BYU actually lost in the very first round. Upset. They're a 6 seed.
Upset.
They lost to an 11 seed. Crazy upset.
Whoa.
Illinois beat Moorhead State from the first round, which you did not say. You got Washington State and Iowa State, right? You said Wagner, which is a 16th seed versus a 1 seed, which didn't happen. North Carolina already won.
Okay.
That's okay. Your Michigan State run is possible. everything was right, and or Nevada, Dayton. No, Nevada beat them at. Oh no, sorry, Dayton won yesterday. They're actually playing Arizona tomorrow. Okay,
So are
and
we a little
then
impressed?
your other side was actually really good.
Oh my God.
I don't think you got. Yeah, you guessed Gonzaga, Gonzaga and Kansas, Oregon and Creighton, and Texas, Tennessee. You guessed that all right.
Oh my God.
They all won their first round. They were going to play each other
No way.
tomorrow.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
So only like 3
Cool.
wrong, I think technically, but
So far,
as
I
it
mean,
as it breaks down,
yeah, as it
But this
shakes
side
out.
was pretty.
I'm impressed. Are you impressed?
The Oakland, yeah. Oh my God, you got that right too. Oakland is they're a 14th seed, and they beat Kentucky, which was supposed to go to the Final Four, predicted in the first round.
No way.
Crazy upset.
Holy shit.
And Oakland hasn't been to like the March Madness for like 70 years. Or something.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
I saw your face, but that's what gave me no. I was like, oh God, I'm really like not doing good.
yeah,
but-
your NC State versus Oakland was right. That's
oh
crazy.
my God. Okay.
Yeah, all right. It's locked in now, so we'll come back
Yeah.
Tuesday
Cool.
and have some more results. But I would
That's
say it's
solid.
a very possible final.
Who are my top two?
Arizona versus Houston.
Gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah, you never know though. Just like
you never know.
It's always like that.
as we have seen already.
All right.
Glorious.
next?
That was beautiful. I would love to transition into a little.
Nope. 1 second.
Maybe I needed like a better segue. Caden has been off the socials lately and doesn't know anything going on. Has no idea. Every week he has no idea. So some of these you may want to like brush up on for us to talk further, but some of them I have a couple updates for you. So in this week's episode of Catching Up Caden. I really love that jingle. So this is kind of a mix between our Let Them Eat Cake and our Catching Up Caden, because quite honestly, like all of the headlines are all about like the rich and famous. So, but when are they not? You know, if you're in the headlines, like you are rich and or famous. So
What do we?
like kind of the same thing. So let's start here. Have you seen anything of the new documentary that came out, Quiet on Set?
Quiet on Set. That sounds familiar.
It is a 4-part docu-series featuring
Wait.
child actors from all that the Amanda Show.
Wait, is this about Dan Schneider?
It's about
I saw
Dan Schneider
him pop off, and then like Drake Bell or some shit. It's like going with
There's
Josh
a lot
Peck.
happening.
Josh Peck didn't want to say anything. I don't know shit, obviously.
We watched the first 2 episodes, and what I will say is
Quiet on Set?
you should, and you know what? It's a double entendre because it's like quiet on set, like before action, but
Yeah.
it's also the fact that 0 parents spoke up or advocated for these children. It was quiet.
Isn't that like that one guy in Hollywood? Very similar?
Epstein vibes? Like it's
No, not
definitely, well, it's
Epstein,
kind of like
the other
those
guy. It
vibes.
sounds like his name.
Oh, Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. Dan Schneider. Sure. But it's like
There's some connections there. Creeps,
Hollywood.
man.
Okay, so you know, back in one of our first episodes when I was talking about my time as a child actor, and I talked about how my age, I was just never fit in any age group and any auditions, and I auditioned next to like Miranda Cosgrove, and like
Coy
the
Baxter.
issue was I looked developed by 12 years old, and so I didn't look like a flat-chested like Disney person. The reason for that is because all the producers are pedophiles and they want to be surrounded with small children.
Oh.
So,
Ugh.
no, it's the sickest thing in the world. These poor children not only were abused off set by the producers, off camera, but they were actually forced to do heinous material on camera that got greenlit by all the producers, and the things that were allowed.
They expose this in the docuseries?
Everything.
How
They
did-
have
how
kids
this,
coming back from all that,
Oh.
from the Amanda Show. Drake Bell. We haven't got to his
Sorry.
episode yet. He was terribly abused by one of the, not producers, but he was like a dialogue coach.
I mean, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't watched.
This is like in all the
Well, I
trailers.
guess it's okay.
People are like, who is the child actor that's going to come forward and like say that this happened? And then he sits down, and it's so sad because his mom literally let him stay overnight for weeks at one of the producers' houses because she didn't feel like driving him to set every day. So he was like, as like a young, maybe 13-year-old, like living with grown men, like disgusting, and talked about the things that had happened. And another thing that people are saying on TikTok is like, they made it so annoying to where our parents didn't really want to watch, but they put so much sexual innuendo in those shows that kind of groomed our generation to be totally desensitized by the sexualizing children.
A lot of innuendos in that.
Amanda Bynes, one of her characters is Penelope Taint, and they thought that was funny.
What the hell?
Yeah. Literally her fan club, Amanda Show's fan club website was amandaplease.com, and someone's like amandaplease.com, and it's archive. It's literally still up, like archives and archives and archives of like Amanda Bynes and her role, not only on the show, but like little behind the scenes clips. Dan was always recording the kids behind the scenes. On set behind the scenes, he had a VHS camera. He was constantly recording these kids and like actually putting out that content into like child porn sites.
By pedophiles.
Ran rampant by pedophiles. But the issue that people are like, okay, here's the thing.
How is that such a disease, like an epidemic?
It's such a disease. It's like, but that's who's in power. That's who's in power.
How? Just maybe because like
blackmail,
you get so
complacency.
But I mean, also like that's all there is to do.
Well, people say like about like P. Diddy, right? It's like you get so bored as a rich person that you just start becoming such a sick fuck because like there's nothing else like novel in life or nothing that gives you like adrenaline anymore. Yeah. That you're just like you just are not living on the same reality plane as everybody else, and you kind of think that you're invincible. It's like a power trip kind of thing.
Yeah,
but there was a producer on it that was inappropriately like emailing, texting, sending letters to one of the 12-year-olds on the set, and he sent her nudes, and the mom never called the police because she didn't want to think that the police thought that she was a bad mom. So she's like, yeah, we just like never called the police, didn't do anything about it. There are literally so many disappointing parental examples. Like every parent, okay, especially Amanda Bynes' dad. Like Amanda Bynes was not part of this show. I think that she is too far not only affected and traumatized because there's some rumors that I don't necessarily want to say like the rumors unless like they're stated. But basically Amanda Bynes had a burner Twitter account that she had even posted her driver's license, her current driver's license, to prove that that was her account. The name was Ashley Banks. But on that account, she had said that like her dad abused her. Her dad essentially sold her to Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider got her pregnant at 13 and they forced her to have an abortion. Like all of these things during the Amanda show. She was coming out and she was saying that her parents were keeping her like drugged and under a conservatorship and that they stole all of her money. Like, just like Britney Spears vibes, right?
Yeah.
And then there's people are saying Dan Schneider is actually the one that got Jamie Lynn Spears pregnant on the set of Zoe 101 when she was a teen mom.
I was literally about to bring up, what happened to Zoe 101?
Yes. So I've only watched 2 of the 4 episodes. Sister? Her little sister.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and then there's poor Ariana Grande on Victorious. So many of her scenes shot like a porn with her like laying on a bed, like twisting things and like pouring water.
They show us in a docuseries like how
the actual clips of like, look what they were basically forced to do. And some of this wasn't even on the show. Like some of this content was just like web series stuff that was put online.
Dude, we've just been
and there's just a whole archive of like
programmed.
And also, if you think about the first like logo for Nickelodeon was a foot.
Oh my God.
And not only that,
splatter
people are like, holy shit, on TikTok. They're like, do we not remember those iCarly like contests where we had to, as children, submit foot pics? Like they were literally like doing contests where you draw smiley faces on your toes and you submit foot pics to Nickelodeon.
On the docuseries.
This part that I'm saying right now is not, but somebody on TikTok was like, does anyone else remember submitting for the foot contest? And everyone was like, yeah, I sent pictures of my feet to Dan Schneider.
This feels like the whole topic of like the whole like going in the fifth dimension or some shit. Because I just feel like this is we're on the brink of just
everything coming out into the open.
Collapse.
I know. Total collapse.
And then like a recovering regrowth.
Yes, exactly. Like rebuilding from the ashes kind of thing.
Like fall of the cabal.
The fall of the cabal. Love that. No, but seeing it is really eye-opening. And some people are like, honestly, like we should have a class action lawsuit because we were literally groomed and desensitized, like against our will, all this stuff that was snuck into these children's shows. And now we like are completely desensitized to the way that children are still currently being hypersexualized. And like, it's a huge problem.
I mean,
one of the girls that was on Victorious with Ariana Grande, she married one of the composers of like that was making the jingles for like the show, and he was in his 30s when she was 16 on the show, and they ended up getting married and dating when she was 18, and he's now in his 50s. I'm like, these men have been predators.
Bradley Cooper, that's like a big one.
That's a big one.
20 years.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't act his age. But
anyway, he's irrelevant.
He's so irrelevant. He's so irrelevant to me.
That's crazy. I can't believe I haven't heard this yet. I mean, I saw the TikToks of like the Dan Snyder stuff. I had no idea it was connected. I'm not so far away. I didn't know idea it was connected to
this whole thing coming out. But now they're like wanting to do a second season. They're wanting Disney Kids to step forward. They're wanting to like cover all child actors because the same predators, a lot of them that were arrested. Brian Peck was arrested for sexually assaulting Drake Bell and went to prison, and then was released from prison and went to work on Zack and Cody. Brian Peck is his name.
Not Josh.
That's why everyone's like, his name's Brian Peck. What about Josh Peck? Josh Peck looks just like Dan Schneider. People are like,
oh God.
And Josh Peck doesn't know who his dad is. Like his dad left before he was like born. So people are like, what if it's Dan Schneider? Da, da, da. I think that's all like conspiracy. I'm like, his mom's last name is Peck, not his dad's last name. But the issue is like Josh Peck invited Dan Schneider to his wedding, but not Drake Bell because they had a falling out. And so people are saying that he's like on Dan Schneider's side. But speaking of Dan Schneider, literally just after that docuseries came out, he went on a podcast of a child actor who has a podcast who people are saying like, if you didn't appear on that docuseries, it's because you took hush money and signed an NDA. And so like everyone's kind of like, including Josh Peck, like treading lightly, like not really able to like comment on much because they likely took money and aren't allowed to say anything. You know what I mean? But anyways, Brian Peck went to prison for assaulting Drake Bell and then went on to do other shows for Disney. So it's like all of these predators went on to continue to work. And the CEO of Nickelodeon is still the same CEO of Nickelodeon today. It's the same guy.
Probably some old pedophile.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like it starts at the top. Like he allowed and that's the thing. Dan Schneider was making so much money for Nickelodeon that they were more than willing to look away at all of the creepy shit. And like
I mean, the people that probably paid off and the hush hush, you know.
And like there were two women writers in the writers' room who they both were in the docuseries and speaking out about Dan's like just terrible behavior.
I mean, that guy looks like a fucking
He
creep,
looks like a creep. Like, he had a pedo stash in the 90s too.
Profile.
I know. And one girl who was on it literally said, as soon as I hit puberty, I got kicked off the show and replaced by Amanda. I was going to have my own show.
That's so weird because you would think it'd be vice versa.
But it's their pedophiles. Like they.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
The pre-pubescent.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. So it's like that's literally what they wanted in all their shows, so that they could be surrounded in
that. Fuck that.
And
is
then,
there a different catch up?
No.
It's so negative.
But what I'm saying is like I don't even want
it's
to.
It's just dark. I'm not saying
it's a hard watch.
It needs to be.
I haven't been able to go past like the
discussed.
2 episodes. But what I'm saying is, I think you should watch it. Because I think it needs to be watched, and I think then we can talk about it. Like I don't want to say like all of my opinions because you're like
I
haven't even seen
opinions.
it. Like that's the thing. I want like you to watch it and
in all aspects.
Right, like get back on the ground.
Talk about. I don't have any.
That's okay. About. That's okay.
I'm just like I don't know. I have strong opinions about things that like I like. I guess.
Well, I'm not expecting you to have like a this isn't a debate either.
No,
but like,
not at all.
It's just a take.
Yeah. But I need to come up with takes.
Well, you should watch the series. I think it's really important. It's extremely difficult to watch, but it's necessary because then it's like, who could be held accountable still? Dan Schneider, he was on a podcast basically being like, this is what he said, Kaden. Dan Schneider. Yeah, I really owe a lot of people a pretty strong apology. Like, correct. Like, all those things did happen. And like,
so is he what? Is he getting taken down? What's the deal?
That's what people are like, oh, he literally just like admitted it, said sorry. And he said, but do you know why I'm not in jail for it? Because then all of Nickelodeon would have to crumble, basically. He basically said, if I go down, all of Nickelodeon and many networks probably at that point would have to go down with me. And it's like, they're too strong to crumble essentially. But it's like, how can we crumble it? All right. Next up, just because it's still been so prevalent and there was just an announcement today, I just want to wrap this up.
Where
the Kate Gate.
Folk is Kate Middleton.
The Kate Gate of it all. So I had a whole timeline because I'm like, what is even the timeline of things? But I think I'm just going to start with where we left off last. Was after our last recording, people said she was seen in person, photographed, visiting a farm stand with Prince William, a little farm shop. Someone recorded like from their car, Prince William and Princess Kate just walking casually. No paparazzi. Nobody else was seeming to recognize them. They released this video and said, "Oh, look, they're well. All is well. Look at them walking, going shopping." First of all, they don't do their own shopping. They have people that do their shopping. They don't just go into a store. Not a single person was like, "That's the prince and princess." Like, not a single person like noticed them. Also, this woman was like 5 inches taller than Kate. The height differential was different. It was like a body double. No, it was literally not her. So then people are like, if she's truly just recovering from what they said was a planned surgery that was supposed to have happened in January and that she's home and she's fine and she's happy and out and about, if she's really not, why are we pretending that everything's okay? And if there's nothing nefarious going on, why can't we let her just recover in peace? Right? That was my whole red flag. It's like, why are we pretending like she's out and about fine after a surgery when I think everybody would be okay with the answer of she's home, leave her alone, like we're not releasing anything. But it's them coming out and being like, this is them on Mother's Day. This is them happy and shopping. This is her after recovery. It's like that, in my opinion, is what has caused all of the speculation. Their poor PR, I don't know who was doing their PR or if they even have a PR team. Just the worst PR, because I think that they were like fanning the flames of conspiracy and making it so much bigger of a thing by constantly releasing updates and then putting out photos that were doctored and then having to redact the photos being like, sorry, this photo isn't real. Like, so confusing. Only to then say that there was going to be an announcement today. Everyone's been waiting for this huge announcement. They came out and said, well, it was a video announcement of Princess Kate saying that she has been diagnosed with cancer and that she is going to be going through chemo.
So it's valid.
Verified, I suppose, yes, as long as I haven't myself seen the video. So as long as it doesn't look like an AI video.
That's the other thing too.
But it's like, why then are we trying to act like everything has been fine the last few weeks only to then announce she has cancer? I feel bad that everyone's been speculating and all this conspiracy, and it's been like literally the headline for 2 weeks when she's just been recovering from a stomach surgery. But
video, and she's already dead, and then they just blame the cancer on the death.
Right, exactly. Like this was then like the backup plan.
Yeah,
sure. So I don't know that this is going to. I think two things are going to happen. I think everyone's going to be like, "See, we all should have left her alone and just shut the fuck up because now she's got cancer, and it's so sad, so sad." The other people are going to be like, "I don't believe this video." And it's going to continue. I think those are the two things that are going to like the two sides.
Some people like the
some
search,
people like the excitement.
journey.
And it's funny. It's actually
What
like
the hell?
Most true crime podcast listeners are like stay-at-home moms and like women of a certain age. And so I feel like a lot of it is like,
are you fitting that profile?
No, because I'm not like deep into the like conspiracy of it all, but it's just funny that that's like the demographic. The true crime listeners that are like, oh, like I'm seeing like I'll like get a TikTok and it'll be like a woman like, okay, this timestamp from this thing does not match up with this timestamp from this thing.
Investigating themselves.
Yeah, yeah. It gives them like a little
feels
spark
like they're
of
in the book.
Yeah, right.
Or the novel.
Right,
or
exactly.
The
in the fan fiction of it all. Speaking of which, have you heard about the Riley Strain case? This is also odd how this took off. It was this has happened so many times of after drinking in Nashville, the bars, being drunk, falling into the river. Several people have been found in the river, have been deceased after drinking.
What river?
Off Broadway Street. I don't know.
Broadway Street?
Nashville.
Oh, no. Wait.
There's a river down there.
And people have
get
recently or?
So this is like a thing I keep hearing about Nashville is like people going missing. People are saying that there was like these robberies that were happening and then dumping bodies in the water. Like there was all this stuff speculating, but basically this kid, Riley Strain, he went out with his friends. He got kicked out of the bars, and then he was seen on security camera footage by himself stumbling through the streets. But for weeks, right, he's been missing. And it's mostly like women like on TikTok who are like, okay, like look at these, look at this door, look at this car that passed, the same car that passed in this other, like they're all deep dive investigation as if it's this crazy true crime. Like this does not add up. He has been murdered or been kidnapped, or it's like a bigger thing. I don't know why I go Southern accent with it. I don't know if that's offensive or not. I'm sorry, but this was just this particular TikTok.
I mean, I guess you're talking about Nashville.
But, right. But he was just found today in the river, having been either fallen in or I don't know. But unfortunately, a lot of people are like, I don't buy it.
That's a common occurrence.
I had been seeing stories of that in Nashville, and people were saying like, yeah, it's a huge problem right now that we have on Broadway Street is like people just getting too drunk and going missing. And like, there's that river right there. You know what I mean? Like stumbling. I heard that like in Austin too. Like in Austin, there was like all these crimes and then people's bodies being pulled out of the river. I'm like, yeah,
hell, man.
The worst place to have a river. It just like reminds me of Tempe, like Mill Ave. There's that lake right there.
Oh, Tempe Town Lake.
Getting like way too drunk.
I think you're not supposed to go in it. It's like disgusting.
No, it's disgusting. It is. But point is, his body was found. It's very sad. It's so sad. People, I think, you know what I think it is? I think people cling to the conspiracy and go so deep in the true crime of it all because they want
the actual truth of the.
They want to hold on to hope that he's still alive. They want to be able to have him reunite with his family after they went through all this work to find it before the police got, you know what I mean? Like, and they want to see, like, we've been seeing the mom like bawling her eyes out on the news, like, bring Riley back. Like, we just want to see that reunion moment, you know? And people are just like so determined to like figure it out first so that we can have that. But yeah, I think it's just like an accepting of reality. And I don't know what to say about Kate. It's sad, of course. Like, yeah, if she has cancer, that's so sad. But just the way the royal family and like they handled like the press of it all was so poor, and they can truly blame themselves for how carried away everybody got, to be honest. That's all I have to say. I don't think we'll hear anything else from that. I have a couple more things.
Okay.
Well, this is not good.
Okay.
But it doesn't affect us. Walmart is announcing subscription fees for the privilege of self-checkout.
Wait. Privilege?
Walmart is announcing fees, like membership or subscription fees to be able to use self-checkout. I'm like, you're not paying your employees to check us out, and then we have to pay you to check ourselves out.
Also, too, though, it's like, I think Walmart kind of aids to the more affordable.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you think the average Walmart customer can now also afford to pay to check out of your store?
Get better fucking cash register lines.
You know what I also feel? I feel like they're trying to make in-store shopping so miserable, because we went to Target recently. Terrible experience. I just needed body wash. I had to wait for 5 minutes. It was behind glass. I had to wait for 5 minutes for someone to come give me body wash. And I'm like...
Well, is it right here, Arcadia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. It's like, you think that's a decent area, but unfortunately...
It's all of them. It's the Uptown. It's the Christown. It's like all these Targets around us have the glass paned, like...
I don't know about Paradise Valley.
Body wash. I don't know about Paradise Valley, but I think it's because of, like, shoplifting. I think there was, like, those shoplifting rings that were happening. Did you see that one woman? She literally was just arrested because she was paying other people to go shoplift tons of stuff. She would pay them out, right? And then she would resell it on Amazon for like half the price. So she would be like an Amazon seller that could cut every other company, like L'Oreal, Body Wash, whatever,
my God,
in half. So everybody was buying from her. But police found $300,000 worth of merchandise like in her garage that she had other people shoplift for her. So I think like that has something to do with why they're making it so painful. But I'm also seeing that they're making like online prices so much cheaper than in-store prices that you literally have to like price check every single item you're buying to make sure that it's not more expensive in store. Like overpriced or whatever. But it's like, no one's going to price check every item. I think that they want us to literally go to the store to pick up, but like buy everything online. Like maybe go to the store for like the fitting rooms. But I think that corporations like would rather their storefronts just become like
a
a
digital
pickup,
streamline,
like a pickup zone. It's just like a pickup location
like a
for what you already.
warehouse.
Yeah, exactly,
back
exactly.
in.
That's literally where I think it's headed, because it could not be less of a premium experience shopping. Like Target felt like Walmart. I was getting like vertigo. I'm like, I was
Ugh.
getting like a Walmart headache.
Well, I mean that goes for malls.
Yeah,
Like I don't find it.
I don't find what I need in store ever. I don't remember the last time I went like to go look for something.
It's also the risk of
Wasting your whole day.
I think the idea of going in store trying to find something other than like ordering something online and hoping it fits type thing is
Mm-hmm.
well the online. Oh yeah, dude. I don't know.
It's just unfortunate.
Again, though, I feel like there's gonna be light at the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe malls will be cool again.
Well, maybe we'll have less massive, stupid department stores with massive parking lots and more like walkable, little. Like,
you think that's possible?
I don't know.
Especially here?
It just depends on like.
I mean, you can change infrastructure.
Who the developers are,
exactly.
like who's developing.
Possible.
Yeah, it's just like it depends on who the city like allows to develop certain projects. Who has like the best?
Yeah,
bid.
walkable, bikeable. That'd be nuts. Like walk to the grocery store and.
There's that Central Park coming in Central Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, taking over that Cracker Jacks area.
What?
Called like it's like going to be like the park. I think it's called.
And
it's
everything is going to be like this,
like Central Park vibe with like office, retail, like
Central Park, like New York.
Yeah, but like that's like the inspo.
So it's like a park surrounded by buildings.
I believe it's like a park inside like a commercial establishment, like
that's kind of cool.
Retail, office, yeah. More stuff like that I think is cool.
Or if you had more buildings
Novus
like
in Tempe is going to be cool.
More buildings like Optima where there's just so much greenery where it stays cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
We can just hope.
Okay, and to end it on a good note.
Let's have hope. Yeah, what's up?
Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, has donated $640 million to nonprofits just recently. Since 2020, she has donated $17.2 billion to 2,325 nonprofit organizations.
1,000?
2,325 organizations she has donated over $17 billion to, and most recently just donated $640 million to nonprofits. Go Mackenzie. Literally, go Mackenzie. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos just donated $50 million to Ava Longoria for her personal projects.
What the hell's that?
An actress. Mackenzie.
Also,
but it's like, she also
news.
owns like 4% Amazon stock. So she's just going to be like, keep making money. Like, it's just, I don't understand why more rich people don't donate their money. Like Elon Musk was literally like shit talking her for donating her money.
Greedy,
which is like the most confusing thing. I guess. I don't know.
Greed is the fall of man.
Totally.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
Like the money like just changes like
money and power.
Your natural
No, like their brain chemistry is different. Yeah.
Dude, humans are so weird.
I wonder if that just like biologically affects their ability to like be empathetic, because there's something wrong mentally with these people.
But there's hope.
Totally.
A new hope.
Totally. Are we pushing our time?
Obi-Wan.
What time? Help.
I need your help. 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Gorge. Do you have any final thoughts?
I think we mentioned everything. Light on the end of the tunnel.
Caden is still in the dark, but he sees the light.
No, it's so true though. It's yeah, because last night I was on a pretty high dose of shrooms, honestly, and I was listening to a really sad song and I was like, I could just drop like alcohol forever. Like I could really just do that. I can change my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just sitting there looking at the wall, like
maybe cold turkey is best for you in terms of finding a better balance in terms of your lifestyle. perhaps just doing like a summer hiatus or something. And just that is the perfect. It's just like you said, that guy came into your pool and says, "Oh, we're actually sober." Okay. Like,
Yeah, it was
no
like a
one's
spark.
going
It
to
was like,
push
wow,
it.
it's how inspiring.
No one's going to push you after that. It's like, just that's
Well,
the
I'm surrounded.
easiest thing to
That's
say.
the thing, though, too. Like, I'm surrounded at work, I guess, with people that drink, and then we did do stuff after. And
Mm-hmm.
no, it is easy, in a sense.
Just drink a soda
Keep
to
saying
find
in a
another drink. You know what I mean? It's like, if you still want to have something in your hand, it's like, just find something else that you order.
Yeah, but what that also leads to is like what do you call it? Like influence or like peer pressure. Not like in a bad way, but it's just like you're around it. It's like
It's the
what's
temptation if you're still staying in
what's
it.
one shroom chocolate gonna do?
Right.
It's a chain reaction. I think that the cold turkey is kind of necessary, just because I think every day I'm around people that would want to do something later or
Yeah.
have plans.
Right. And instead of you having to like decipher which ones are worth it, which ones are not worth it, oh, maybe say no to this, but say yes to this, like it would just be easy. Like, oh, I just don't drink.
Yeah. Or don't, cause
or
going
don't
out,
go.
because that's just.
Is it worth it if I'm not drinking? If not, I'm not going.
Or it's like a once a month thing, because I mean, sleep is the other like drug of fucking like your superpower. You know, being yourself, just having good rest.
Yeah.
And
it's the first layer of like what you need to be a functioning human is like well rested.
Does it matter like if you're working out well?
And doesn't Peter say that? Peter Attia?
Yeah.
He literally says like it does not matter. Or maybe he said that about mental health.
Well, I
like
think also I heard of, not necessarily a quote, but someone mentioned that like if there was a pill form that you could take that got you the feeling of a completely full night's rest, like it would be the biggest drug ever.
Yeah. Right. That's what people really need.
Because, yeah,
it's powerful.
Or just stop. Because I'm so like, I mean, I know it's so prevalent in society, but I just feel like I'm still such in a small circle of people. And I just don't know what the other side of, I don't know, being like being more part of, I guess, like wholesome activities.
Yeah. And don't you think like just drinking like to that level, you don't even really. Like
it's a it's a facade, a fabrication,
but it's like, yeah, none of it's real.
No, if you're just serious about your health and like serious about your personal, like it's health in all aspects, right?
Yeah.
And I think people forget it's not about like the money being spent or the lack of sleep. It's like the mental aspect of it. Like I don't even feel like myself.
Right.
I can't think like I think I like these shit thoughts. Like I just feel like my world is
clouded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like foggy. Nothing's gonna go for me, and then just like there's nothing out there for me. Like, it's just weird.
There's no one out there for me. No one's gonna want me like this. Like
it's another thing too. It's like, God, I'm not making myself good for someone else to want,
be. Yeah.
To need. Okay.
On that note, Kaden, it is going to be okay. But it does start with you.
It's going to be okay if I start making it.
It's going to be okay then.
Nice.
All right. Please. Thank you. Good night.
Follow,
watch, subscribe to YouTube, follow us on socials. Thank you for your support. Rate and review the podcast, but only if it's 5 stars.
Follow the sun.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.